The boobie is a large species of seabird closely related to the gannet. Boobies spend their lives at sea hunting fish and are found on the east coast of Central and South America, and across the tropical islands of the South Pacific as far west as the Galapagos Islands. The boobie is the most commonly found seabird on the Galapagos Islands. There are 6 different species of boobie found nesting on the tropical and subtropical islands and continental coasts across the southeastern Pacific Ocean, although fossil evidence suggests that there were numerous species of boobie that are now extinct and are believed to inhabited regions as far east as Europe. The different species of boobie are all very similar in size and appearance, but each species of boobie appears to have its own uniquely distinguishable features. The different species of boobie are the blue-footed boobie, the red-footed boobie, the brown boobie, the Peruvian boobie, the masked boobie and the Nazca boobie. The blue-footed boobie is the most well-known species of boobie and is most commonly found on the Galapagos Islands and Ecuador. The blue-footed boobie is the second largest of the boobie species and is identifiable by its bright blue feet. The female blue-footed boobie is generally slightly larger than the male blue-footed boobie, and the female blue-footed boobie also has more brightly colored feet than the male blue-footed boobie, as the male's feet are paler. The young blue-footed boobie also has pale-colored feet which, in females particularly, becomes brighter as the boobie gets older. The red-footed boobie is slightly smaller than the blue-footed boobie, but the red-footed boobie is known to have a wider range from the Galapagos Islands to the Caribbean. As the name suggests, the re-footed boobie has bright, red feet that are a pinkish color when the re-footed boobie is young. Although the re-footed boobie is known to be an agile flyer, the red-footed boobie can be clumsy when taking off and landing. The red-footed boobie can dive through the sky to the surface of the water to catch fish at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. The brown boobie is around half the size of the blue-footed boobie and is found in the Caribbean Sea and in the Gulf of Mexico. The brown boobie has a black head and back and a white belly, short wings and a long tail. The brown boobie breeds in a large colony on coastal islands and is known to spend the winter at sea, covering a larger area. As with other species of boobie, the brown boobie is incredible at diving. The Peruvian boobie is native to Peru and parts of Chile and is not as elaborate in appearance of the other boobie species. The Peruvian boobie is the second most common seabird found in Peru and is also the second biggest seabird that produces guano in the country. Guano is the excrement which is produced by seabirds, bats and seals, which has high levels of phosphorus and nitrogen and so is used to make fertilizer and gunpowder. The masked boobie is distinguishable by the black color around its eyes. The masked boobie has an enormous range that stretches from the Caribbean islands right across to Australia. The masked boobie is the largest species of boobie in the world and can grow to nearly a meter in height. The masked boobie primarily feeds on flying fish and squid. The Nazca boobie is found on islands in the eastern Pacific Ocean and is one of the most favorable birds on the Galapagos Islands for eco-tourists to spot. The Nazca boobie has a more rounded head than the other species of boobie and is believed to be most closely related to the masked boobie. The Nazca boobie has a white body and a beak that is yellow or orange in color. The boobie is rarely found in regions where it cannot nest apart from those species of boobie that purposefully spend the winter at sea, like the brown boobie. Typically, the boobie will have the same mating partner for a few years and the boobie has been known to lay its eggs all year round, although this is quite dependent on the area which the boobie inhabits. The boobie lays between 1 and 3 eggs, usually 2, and the boobie chicks hatch after an incubation period of 4 to 5 weeks. Due to its large size and the areas in which it inhabits, the boobie has few natural predators. The main predators of the boobie are owls and large birds of prey that steal the boobie chicks, but the adult boobie is far too big for another bird to eat. The human is the main predator of the enormous adult boobie, and occasionally the odd shark.